today. From Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway. Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. Fielded just outside the goal line. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Chiefs nothing.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just now a hit and a loose football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after him early.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that is?
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes.
A quick slant to Hill.
And they work this out past the 25.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Mahomes now on first down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Mahomes going to throw.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Nick Bolton able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Yards that time on the punt, and the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Second down at 5. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
A reminder coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task. And I believe that that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
2nd and 10. Cousins. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Cousins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes gonna let one fly for Robinson. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking... There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On second down, Cousins again. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Cousins to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes caught. Kelsey, left side. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often. But mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw pulled in by Robinson here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now here's Mahomes. And this one too low. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And now another one thrown incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after 1 play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. play fake. Cousins. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
4th down, Cousins. Being chased out left. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leaves.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bolton getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
On 2nd down. It's Cook, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 10. A minute 54 on the clock. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He is going to find Hill here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman, 41 yards. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Chiefs defense making their way back onto the field. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, but a first down likely ends this thing.
And it looks like they are to coin a...
Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Now Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And now off to the races, down the right side. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Butker's kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Tension building. Here's Greg Joseph.
This a long one in the elements here in the snow. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. KC's offense ready to take over.
They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. In over. Time, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And out across midfield down to the 45.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Man open is Robinson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mahomes now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And now 3rd and very long. Are you cautious here?
I think you have to be, because the first mantra of any football game is don't lose it. Then you give yourself a chance to win it. And if you go ahead and force something now, take a big shot that doesn't pay off, you didn't help your defense out at all.
Yeah, especially here in overtime. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And here comes Westbrook. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
The linebacker Anthony Hitchens there on the stop. 2nd and 5. Here's Cousins. That's complete. It's Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least 1 more OT to decide it after this. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A huge play there in overtime. Explosion plays always break the back of a defense. In overtime to put them in the red zone, that was huge.
I like your description there because when you get an explosion play, now people are really scrambling on defense. Now they're looking to each other. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make the play? Offensive guys have the momentum. Now they're in the red zone. They've got to be thinking attack, trying to get it into the end zone.
Something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because
today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's the NFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports.
Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Here's Brady to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And we'll see if that pick-6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff content.
Tonight, it's the National Football League. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 56. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
They're not even trying to do anything.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Brady now on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And I think he got it back. He did. So it was a great return, and they're able to maintain possession to keep the football. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And it's no good. Elliott pulled it. This will remain a scoreless game. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as this Super Bowl progresses?
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick-6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall him on. What a play here. Another pick-6 in the Super Bowl. So out come the Bucs now. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Brady to try again after the pick-6. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
2nd and 11 now. Brady going to throw. Into the hands of Darden. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do and not try and settle for field goals.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Does the big boy have the juice? And a terrific return there. Down near the 11-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on this. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After reviewing the play, the run on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one where you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence fumbles it. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots, now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball. This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly... Penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. A gain of 6 there on first.
I Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Brady's throw taken in by Miller. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now Brady.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He probably wants to improve how he's been playing. There's no doubt about that. But you don't want to overthink it too much and reinvent the wheel when your team's up, right?
That's so true. Because now if you're just worried about how you're playing, even though the team's winning, that's a selfish side of you that you don't want out there. And that's not what the best quarterbacks exhibit. So here's an opportunity to go ahead and guide the team, try and get better as the game goes along. But remember, your team's winning. Things are pretty good.
Yeah, they've got the advantage. We'll see how he does personally here this drive.
He'll fire it deep for Rager.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. A big play there just before halftime. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Steps away. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue.
And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
From the 40 now, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Brady. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 7.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Wide open receiver complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski.
And the Bucs have made this a one-score game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. Oh, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time, because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go into the lead if they get the ball to the end zone.
Now this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Now Brady.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd and goal, Brady.
And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rob Gronkowski. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Buccaneers have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Brady will look to throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the Surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
We'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Well, partner, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, Hurts. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Jason Pierre-Paul able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
This is unbelievable.
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Throwing is Hurts. On the move to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
He'll fire it deep for Rager. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jalen Rager was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish him off.
The score that puts him in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here's Brady and the Bucks. Down 21-17. 36 seconds remaining. A touchdown could win the Super Bowl as they've got a 1st down. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. A big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game. Exactly.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL. We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. And he returns this to the 22. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. First down, Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with the grab. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he gets this one down to the 24.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's going to go up top for the end zone, and this one is incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A great job there. Contact, I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right up in the defender from there.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And they just had that pick-6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they... There's another 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big
defensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Nothing is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, the field goal obviously a little dicier here with the elements in the snow, but still right on the border of field goal range. But they're going to go for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
1st down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Handoff comes to Cook. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. And go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Oh, he fakes a spike. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. There he goes, right side. 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead will shrink to 6. throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken from about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
And now out comes Minnesota. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the...
First and 10. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Rodgers again now. He's got Lewis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard.
Now it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mercedes Lewis there to make the grab.
And the Packers get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Looking long for Westbrook. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Rodgers now on first down.
Another catch for Valdez-Scantling.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that...
He's got a man complete. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it, and they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see What I thought, that had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, oh, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Cook. Runs through the contact. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings. Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Joseph on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on.
Cousins on 1st down. To Jefferson on the slam. Touchdown! Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Joseph now to have the PAT. Can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. And again, it's Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Throwing now is Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Crosby is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
This is taken way up at the 25. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
I'm the best in the game.
Touchdown, Vikings. Not the longest kick return, but it counts all the same. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Back now at Lambeau, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Rodgers on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, fit me for a neck brace, partner.
One kickoff return in one direction for a touchdown, and the other one, they almost broke going back the other way.
Rodgers now on first down. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And Crosby puts it through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Again, it's Cook. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A first down throw for Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw, Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch. Playing success in this game already, 2 touchdown catches, but that was a very dangerous throw. But you have to understand, with 2 catches already for touchdowns, they're going to try and force it to him at times as well.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And complete to Lewis over the middle.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Rodgers to throw once more.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the
Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play. Things out, they'll take that one and head to the locker room.
78 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run. Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner, except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are